Can we start over?
Yeah. Wait. There we go.
All right.
Hey everyone! Everything is everything.
Everything is in person.
Yeah, we made it. We're together. We're in person. We're looking cool. And guess what? This time around, Erik is the one without the sunglasses. Ha!
They sprung this trap on me.
How's it feel?
This isn't cool.
Yeah.
So here we are.
How you doing back there?
Shaded.
Little context. We are sitting in the park. We won't say the name of the park.
The legendary park.
We didn't know the name until today, and it doesn't fit the park. This is the place that this is our origin story, you know? This is where we became true blue homies till the end. And
Probably the final park experience before KidVid shows up.
yeah.
Do you want to say anything to Kidvid?
What's up, KidVid? If you're watching this, I'm dead. No, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. When are you watching this?
No,
Who knows?
we'll all be dead. So.
Plane crash.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What's up, kiddo? Good to see you. Don't go to the park and hang out with your friends. And actually, when you tell me that you're going to go to the park and hang out with your friends when you're older, I know what that means. So, have fun. Just be safe.
Yeah, I'm Erik. I will definitely be dead. So,
How? From what?
asphyxiation.
Oh. I didn't know he was into that thing.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it was on a hot dog. It was on one of those Mad Dogs. So you predicted
right,
my death.
yeah,
Great
yeah.
foreshadowing.
Yeah. D&D, baby.
Yeah. Hey, KidVid. Best of luck out there. We don't know you yet, but we know we're gonna love you because you're part of this son of a gun. So I don't know. Chatwin, take it away. I'm out of shit to say.
Good luck out there, Kidvid.
Solid advice. Love you, kiddo. And all right, back to the rest of you out there watching.
We don't give a shit about you. You're not related to David. You're just the way to get that sweet, sweet cash, baby. Just a little money pig. Oink for me, piggy, would you? Would you oink for me?
You hear that, Russell? That's what he really thinks about you.
Oink for me, Russell. Yes, I have a new mic cable. Everyone's talking about it. Let's just get it out in the open. XLR. That's some official podcasting, baby.
Yeah, excellent. It's a big boy cable. That's what we use in the big leagues.
They actually have to gender these cables. This is a female part. I had to order a female part online.
Yeah.
Who am I? Cyberpunk 2077? Jesus Christ. But seriously, guys,
You sound great, Erik.
Yeah, sounded fantastic.
I'm not worried at all. But I did want to do something with my new mic. I did notice I was a little early on tax day last week, so I thought I'm going to be a little early again. But next week in Australia, guys, it's Anzac Day. We can't let our Australian fans. It's basically Australian Veterans Day.
Oh well, happy Anzac Day to all our
Happy Anzac
Australian.
Day.
Hope you guys have a real ripper of a day off. But I thought to celebrate that, I test out my new microphone.
Some shrimp on the barbie. Oh, the old diggery-do, eh? All right.
Let me try again. Hold on.
You heard it here first.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. You diggery did that shit, man. Holy crap. Whew. Yeah. You first one was a little iffy, but you really warmed up to it there.
Thank you
I'll
for
tell
giving me
that
take two. That would have been very embarrassing. Yeah. So we're talking Anzac Day. No, I'm kidding.
Is that what you spent your money, your tax return money on?
much. Got a diggery do?
This is a $2,000 didgeridoo that I could barely play. It's very kind of you to think that I get a tax return. And before we start this week, I just want to play. This is a mini game. We're not giving out Eric points or whatever the fuck I usually do.
Oh,
Take a look at my background. Do you notice if there's anything different?
let's see. You cleaned it up a bit.
Thank you.
Wasn't there a sheet or something? A giant sheet behind it all or something like that? Am I imagining things?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. What's
All right.
different here? I don't know. I can't pinpoint. I see young Kanye up there.
It's not Young Kanye. It's Gary Coleman.
Oh.
We've talked about this.
right. All right. No, I don't know.
All right, it's fine. Let's. One of the things is missing because one of the things up there, I've decided to take something down from my wall of fame, bring it to you, the people, because today we are talking about Ed, Ed and Eddy.
Hey, good
Hit
show.
the theme song.
Good show.
Everything is Eric! Everything is Eric!
Certainly is.
Mm-hmm.
Sunglass summer, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. It is nice out.
We got the shades on. Everybody shaded up.
We all have a good glow to us. We're all looking. We all have a little bit of pregnancy brain today, I would imagine.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Guys, it's a big one for me today. I was thinking again. Excuse me.
Little left over from the didgeridoo, eh?
Didgeridoo did right back to me. Edit that out, Eric.
Keep it in, Eric.
All right. You know what, Eric? Double it and slow it. Put some reverb on that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put a beat too.
Throw some lyrics. Why not?
This becomes an hour-and-a-half episode of remixing a burp. Ed and Eddy was big for me. I just don't. It's one of those things where usually I could give you a heartfelt explanation as to why, and this one's a little more nebulous. But it's by far, the standout on Nickelodeon is SpongeBob. I feel like that's kind of across the board for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network varies. I feel like Cartoon Network, everyone has maybe one or two that sticks with them, but there wasn't a SpongeBob. But I think to me the SpongeBob was Ed, Ed and Eddy.
I would argue there was a SpongeBob for Cartoon Network.
What do you think?
And it may have been brief, but I would argue that it was one that transcended boys, girls, and it was probably one of their most
Powerpuff
popular.
Girls.
Yeah,
I was thinking Powerpuff Girls
Yeah.
too.
That or Scooby Doo, but is Scooby Doo exclusive to Cartoon Network?
No, that's like they picked up old Scooby Doo from somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah.
Then
Then
that's
Powerpuff
fair.
Girls I think might be their. But I see what you're saying. I get what you're
No, you're right. Like Powerpuff Girls, I feel like wasn't as long, but it burned twice as hard.
Yeah. Everyone loved that. I love that shit. It was three little girls like kicking ass, and it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a real good. Damn.
You know what irritates me is that I keep
I
seeing
hope I didn't
this,
throw off your whole thing.
this interview of the guy that made Powerpuff Girls, and he was
Oh.
like fucking 23 when he did it. He just an absolute legend, and had the Powerpuff Girls on air at like 23, animating for his own show.
How do
So
you just
God
grow
bless
up
him.
after that? That's like you conquered the world and you can't even rent a car. Yeah, and that's another. I think this is kind of dovetailing off your fact, but the dude, I think it was the dude that made Powerpuff Girls. Is it
Starting to hurt.
Tartakovsky, Gendy Tartakovsky or something? What prescription were those glasses, David?
No, not my eyes. They're starting to hurt like the.
Okay.
Because I got the headphones squeezing them on too.
Full on blinders. David couldn't see a goddamn thing in front of him.
It's not worth it anymore.
There was I think it was a dorm in UCLA or LMU or something, where it was like the Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, and then two of the huge Cartoon Network dudes were all dorm mates, and they were all big animation nerds, and they like grew up together, and then they eventually got huge and famous. But that's not what I'm here to talk about, David. God damn it, you got me talking about the Powerpuff Girl. Yeah, you, Mr. No Glasses over there.
Sorry.
Two eyes.
My bad.
No, it's okay.
I
needed
apologize.
I was rambling and I needed to pivot, and you were a target.
I will be the pivot.
Thank you, my friend. No, we're talking about someone different today. We're talking about a filthy Canadian. We're talking about Danny Antonucci, who, much like the guy that made The Simpsons, was a adult cartoonist. He was, he made his own, I think, like commercials and stuff, dirty commercials and stuff for MTV. And then on a dare, they asked him, hey, can you do some kid related stuff? And he had like a commercial for beans or something that he was working on, and the designs were these like ugly little boys. And he was like, well, I like these guys, and I always liked the idea of what if three dudes were friends because they all had the same name. So he whipped up this thing, and I'm going to try and share my screen now. I'm going to bitch first. You guys get a little bit of Eric
please.
bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta give my hat off to Chatwin, because I tried to make an Ed, Edd and Eddy PowerPoint, not having like the professional Microsoft PowerPoint, using the free ass PowerPoint, and motherfuck that shit. Oh my god.
What you try to use?
The free website PowerPoint. Like if you were to go to their, because I
didn't know they had that.
It's not worth it. You know what? Let's go back to forgetting it exists.
Wait, don't you have a Mac? It comes with the Keynote.
The trick is you can do it on Google. Google has its own presentation, so that we can talk about this after. But
You're telling me this now?
Yeah, it's all free. You have it all free, and you because Riverside has to share your screen with a website. You can use Google.
Oh, this would be a funny edit if now we cut to a couple days later and I've made a full-on Google PowerPoint. No. This is what I get for trying to surprise you guys. I should have just asked Chatwin, how do you do PowerPoint? Okay.
Why don't you just get one of those presentation boards at Michael's again?
Well, here's the second part of my fucking story, Chatwin. I went to Office Depot again this morning because I'm like, you know what? Let's do it analog style
instead of stitches.
I was like, nice. Why don't I just print out some choice things?
Why don't you just do a physical PowerPoint? I tried that, Chatwin. I'm getting to it.
It wouldn't goddamn print, Chatwin. That's what I meant to say.
Fair enough.
I have a 30-page document, and it wouldn't print. And the lady said, go home and email it to her. And I said, okay. And what I meant was, no, I'm at my limit, lady. I've done too much work for Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. This is all to say, this is why I'm screen sharing, because it was not worth it.
Oh, shit.
I love if what I do now is just one picture of, like, Eddie. It's like, see the thing. That's what I wanted to show you guys.
This is the whole board.
Okay. Something interesting I found. Is this showing for you guys?
Yeah.
You got a script?
No. So, a couple years back, there was a huge leak at Nickelodeon. Like terabytes and terabytes of data was leaked by hackers. Mm-hmm. And among that were all the pitches they got. One of which was
I think I know what you're talking about.
By a 90s pitch from Danny Antonucci of Ed, Edd and Eddy. His first idea was to pitch this to Nickelodeon because they were the big thing.
That's awesome.
And they were 100% on board. They loved it. And they said, we might want to tweak some of the characters. We might want to soften them up a little. And Danny Antonucci was like, fuck y'all, and left. And then, 5 or 6 years later, Cartoon Network, I read an interview because I was like, that's so cool. And then he was like, turns out one of my best friends was the executive at Cartoon Network. And I was like, oh, that's a little less cool. Kind of a kind of a
Sure.
nepo hire, but
Probably got
whatever.
Paid better though. Better
that's
deal.
it, you know. And
It is
they're
what
gonna,
you know,
what are they gonna
or
do?
who you know in Hollywood.
Yeah. So maybe, you know, maybe he's cool after all. Good point, Chatwin. Maybe he's cool after all.
I hate to be that, but that's kind of how it goes.
And yeah, and it's not a nepo baby thing because it's not like it was his sister. It was,
No,
you know, he
good
made the
for
right
him.
friend.
Yeah.
He shook the right hand. So let's get into this. Yeah, show Bibles are interesting. David, you actually didn't you show me like a show Bible you were working on once?
Yeah. And I've I've gotten to see a few for like some pretty popular shows,
Oh.
and they're
So what
pretty
is a
interesting.
show Bible?
I'm glad you asked, Chatwin. Show Bible. It's a document outlining the characters, plots, settings, and themes of a television series. Writers will bring them in to executive meetings to pitch the show Bibles to the executives. It's basically like, you know, it's the elevator pitch is a log line. The show Bible is the article, so to speak.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
everything basically about the show, including the details, characters, settings, like for continuity, for all these things. If you ever have to refer to anything and be like, okay, we want to make a scene where this happens. All right, let's see. Is this in line with the characters? Is it match anything that they would do? Or is it conflicting with anything they've done in the past? You know, stuff like that.
Precisely. Thank you, David.
My pleasure.
And yeah, I'm not going to.
I'm glad film school is finally coming in handy for something.
Yeah. Let's see. What does Chatwin know that I can use for my next lesson? Okay. I'm just going to run through this because what I also thought was interesting was some of these things, they're like 80% on the mark for what the show became, but like you could tell that there's an adult cartoonist who is like, oh, it'd be funny if this guy does this or whatever. Okay. Ed and Eddie. Their best friend. Let's see a picture of him. There's him. Did you guys have a favorite Ed? I guess I should also ask you before we fucking jump in. Did you guys watch Ed and Eddie? 'Cause this
Yeah,
is gonna
I love-
be a weird
yeah,
one
I
if
Of
we
course I
didn't.
did. Yeah.
Love that
Ed,
Ed.
and Eddie's a great show.
My question was going to be, which Ed do you think you
I
are?
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I think I'm Eddie.
Okay.
In terms of just like my attitude, in terms of looks, probably more Ed, but
I think in terms of looks, there's not a good one here. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
I always got
I-
double D as a kid.
You got Double D.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I got Ed. I got Big Ed.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're all good then, Eddie.
Oh, good.
Ed, Eddie. we hit the trifecta.
We had a
Little bit.
great 3-people couples costume if we ever need it.
Yeah. There you go.
Should we ever
Yeah.
find each other at a couples Halloween party, guys?
That's how I met David.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. At a Halloween costume party was when our friendship began.
Was it?
Or kind of, yeah. You came as a Wiz Khalifa in a devil outfit, and you had a big old blunt behind your ear.
Was this at someone's house?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know the party you're talking about.
Yeah.
This was a baptism.
It was the
David
first time
was
we-
very poorly dressed for this baptism.
Scared the hell out of everyone.
Yeah, perfect. Devil Khalifa.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our Eds in order. I'm just going to read through this. Gag-laden, beat-generated cartoon bumper ride of 3 misfit youths on a cul-de-sac in the suburbs of America. Through summer vacation, I didn't realize it is specifically America. Through summer vacation, part-time jobs, or just hanging out at the corner mailbox, they want to belong, ... but can't. From home chores, helping neighbors, or eating jawbreakers, they want to fit in, ... but can't. Ed, 1D, is into B monster movies, model kits, and is quick to break out into rashes. In bold, lots of luck. Okay. Double D, EDD, is into chemistry, biology, and prone to crushes. In bold, later. Eddie is into pranks, is stylish, and flaunts himself to the world. In bold, yeah, right. Ed, and Eddie is a show about confusion and contradiction. That awkward part of youth, pimples, big feet, oily hair, and girls.
Goils?
Puberty is unforgiving.
Goils, you say?
I don't know. That does not sound like a show I'd want.
They did a good job with it, though.
Oh, they did. And it's like, I guess there are little bits of that in there, but it's not, I didn't watch the show thinking, these guys are losers. I hope they fit in. I guess so. I don't know. Am I just a heartless bastard?
That's kind of how I saw it. I was like, yeah, these guys they're all, well, everyone in the show was kind of losers.
That's it. Everyone was kind of, maybe it was the designs. It's like, oh, these weird, ugly creatures. Who would want to fit in with them?
Didn't the girls they liked or something live in like a trailer or like a...
They did. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like,
the Canker
Canker
sisters.
sisters.
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
One of them's
they're
down
here
bad
somewhere.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
there they are.
Kevin and Naz were always in good shape.
The Canker sisters. Oh God.
Lately-
Um,
Okay, you're a Canker sister. Which one are you?
I mean, I would hope to be Marie, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And I know since
If
May's
we
blonde,
were
I guess
one,
I'm stuck
or-
with May.
oh, okay.
Yeah. No, this is not a smash or pass chat. When you guys you have enough fucking cartoons,
Kids.
I'm staying on the level.
Kids.
I'll stick with Lee then.
Jesus.
Fine. Channel
right.
my Lee.
Size
If you want to know
relation.
their height relation, if you want to know what they look like in a police lineup, here they are. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but there are. Oh, the character sheets, like it's a D&D match, is fun.
Yeah. But
Ed-
the toast.
He can't.
He can't.
Ed- Ed smells. Flies are attracted to him. Ed has sayings for all. You can change your shirt, and Bingo was his name.
That's
Not
not,
the
how he
best
says
Ed
it.
phrase. I feel like
That's
they got.
not how he says it.
No,
You can change your shirt, and Bingo was his name.
Gravy.
Isn't that what he sounded like?
yeah, he was
I'm
Ed
Ed.
heads.
I always liked the
Double D.
animation style of the show. It was very cool.
It's.
Yeah.
I was watching a clip before to see what I could show you guys, and I was surprised at. It still makes me laugh. I got, if we get a little slow, I got just a video of Rolf being funny because Rolf was always my favorite.
Double D had kind of the a little wiry voice. You may enter in my room, but don't touch my Lego robot. Thank you.
Jadwin, you have an impression for me?
Nah.
Okay, well I'll save it. He has
Good one, good one.
he has a great Kevin impression later.
This is a tough show to do impressions for.
They're very specific voices. You know what?
I've
I
seen
should have
the,
had
the
this
voice
queued up.
actors behind Ed and Double D, and there's
Double D.
the
I don't
guy-
even remember what Eddie sounds like.
the guy that
Ridiculous.
is Eddie looks like an Eddie. Like he looks
Does
like
he?
how you would imagine he would.
He also looks like
sound.
the lead singer of Smash Mouth. He's
Yeah.
like, he is that type of guy. Yeah, he has bowling shirts.
Scroll up real
Mhm.
quick, just a tad, so we can see his face. I like to think that like Eddie became like Guy Fieri when he grew up.
So he had the same style. He just kind of chilled out.
Yeah, exactly.
Does anyone
Sorry,
remember
I'm
the episode where Eddie's big brother is like comes to town and it's just
So
this
that
tragedy?
is, I'm
think I
going
remember
to.
it.
That's kind of my finale.
yeah,
That's the.
that's a dark one.
It's the movie. That's the final episode, and it's honestly, I rewatched it for this, and it's pretty good. It's like if you're gonna do that thing that I like about. I'm gonna close the Bible. We need to go back to it. We can go back to it. There.
Close the Bible.
I like cartoons that have some unanswered question that's usually stupid, like what's under Double D's hat, you know,
Hmm.
or
one.
I'm trying to think of other ones. But another one of those in Ed, Edd and Eddy was his brother, because Eddie would always say, "Oh, you know, this is my brother's old collection of, you know, stink or whatever," and in the movie, they're like, okay, this is our last resort. We need to go find my brother because they finally fucked up big time with a scam. And Eddie's brother is. Do you guys just want to see a clip?
Yeah, let's
hit me with it, Ed
Alright.
boy.
Let us see the glory.
Okay. We all on the same page here?
Mm-hmm.
Give it up. I thought you wanted to hang with your hero. I do, bro, I do.
Mr. Eddie's brother, as the older sibling, don't you think you should rather be setting an example for Eddie and not, belittle him in front of his friends?
Little. He's always been little. I like you, girlfriend.
Ouch.
You got sprung.
Double D! Hey, bro guy, lay off him, man. Yeah, Mr. Macho Man.
God.
Oh, Uncle.
They killed Eddie's brother.
Yeah, in real life, he's dead for sure. For sure.
Are you all right?
I made it all up, Double D. Everything about my brother was a lie. I just made things up so people would like me, think I was cool. But boy, was I wrong. Scam my brother, this. When am I gonna learn, Double D?
I think you just have, Eddie.
Did they always have crazy colored tongues?
Oh yeah.
No, take me! Okay, I'm sorry. Honest, I didn't mean to hurt you guys.
I don't remember everyone having different colored tongues.
So glad.
Everyone's got like blue or pink or orange or green tongues. I don't remember that.
Yeah. I like how grotesque they are. That
They're always just dirty. And
but it reminds me of like this is where I'm gonna wax philosophic, is that it out of anything reminds me the most of my childhood, where
You grew up in a cul-de-sac, if I remember.
I still do. And
As well as
yeah,
I
no.
did, kind of as well. As well.
It
as well.
Yes.
there's no
Me
way I can
also.
get out of this without being like a boomer, but
I grew up in
I-
a cul-de-sac. Our first house was in a cul-de-sac.
did you guys play outside a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hella played outside. Like from
Hella.
age like fucking hella played outside.
I was outside, man. I was
I was outside.
skateboarding, biking, got attacked by a dog. I was outside.
You guys
man.
ever get you guys ever get pickpocketed by someone?
No. I've knock on wood, never been pickpocketed in my life. Even with like all the places we've traveled to and all that stuff. Never been pickpocketed. Thank God.
Well, I'll tell you, sometimes you don't have to travel far to get pickpocketed.
Around the corner.
So I'll tell you this: the Ed and Eddie, the Double D and Eddie, in my childhood were Bruce and Falcon. They were my neighbors.
Editor.
Bruce.
You've mentioned them before.
Editor.
So we were we'd walk around. I couldn't ride a bike, so we would just walk everywhere. And we went about maybe 2 miles away from our house where there was a 7-Eleven, and there's these untrustworthy looking gentlemen out in front of the 7-Eleven. They're selling trinkets, bracelets, keychains. Now,
Adults?
yes,
See, I would expect their names to be Bruce and Falcon.
two little boys.
Yeah.
Because their names were Dinky and Pinky,
Yeah.
and nonetheless, I had money in my pocket because our plan after getting Slurpees or whatever at 7-Eleven, there's a pawn shop on the way home that we're gonna find something fucking cool at.
Mhm.
So we go there. Well, we don't go there yet. We're looking at these sketchy gentlemen's wares, and one of them fucking pickpockets the $10 that was in my pocket.
Oh shit.
And I learned a lesson.
What were their wares?
Like something that you could probably steal out of any Las Vegas gift shop by going 3
Oh.
feet in, like keychains and shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
But since we're kids, if an adult talks to us, we're going to listen. So we're standing there, and I got...
That's the opposite of what my mom told me to do. Don't talk to any strangers.
Did you notice
Yeah.
that the 10 was like out of your pocket when you got home, or did you?
When
the
we
pawn
got to the
shop.
pawn shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't notice probably for a block or so. And then at that point, we were far away. And what was I going to do? So
Call
I
the
guess
police.
I guess that's my Ed, Edd and Eddy story. They never really got robbed by adults. That would have been a sadder finale.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did grow up in a cul-de-sac, and there was a lot of weird characters and dreams and plans. Did you guys ever have a get rich quick scheme as a kid? Did you guys ever try and
Sure,
scam your way into money?
No, I don't think so.
We didn't scam our way, but we certainly like wanted to make money on the side. So we went door to door, like asking if folks wanted a car wash.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. So we would wash the car, and that'd be it. It wasn't that much of a scheme, you know. It was just,
Yeah,
I think,
well,
just making honest money,
I had-
sort of.
I had kind of the opposite experience. Well, I don't know if you guys remember
Dirty to car.
the green. No,
Yeah, you
Close,
slammed the door on me.
close. Green Valley. Was it the rec center there or whatever? You know what I'm talking about, where they used to have like summer camps, and you can go do the
Yeah.
tennis. What is it called? It's not a rec center. It's called something else. Green Valley something. But the one time I was there for summer camp, and when you're there for summer camp, you go from like early in the morning to like sometime in the afternoon, and you go through a myriad of tasks and activities and things to do. It's not really a summer camp; it's like a day camp. You go for the morning and come for the night. And one time I took like, I don't know, like $100 bill or something out of my mom's wallet, and I don't know why I did this. I bought like ice cream with it. They had like a thing by the pool. You could buy ice cream. So I bought ice cream with it. And with all the change, I would take like a 10 or a 20 and just give it to like the lifeguard. Like, you're doing a good job today. Just like tipping random people. And somehow my mom caught wind that I like stole the money out of her wallet. And she called the camp and was like, do you know anything about, like my son having all this money or whatever? And one of the counselors was like, yeah, he's been tipping everyone all day. And so my mom made me go and like collect all the tips back and be like, oh, it wasn't my money. I just took it from
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you can take it back.
I know, right? Like, I don't know if you can just take it back.
That seems even worse.
Oh man.
But I had to be taught a lesson, right? It wasn't my money to give away. So
True.
Wow.
couldn't give the ice cream back. I already ate that.
Damn,
That's a
that-
fucking crazy story. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that considered a scheme?
It was a get poor quick scheme, not a get rich quick scheme. That's why I said it was the
I feel
opposite.
like the only scheme is on these teenagers who thought they were getting $20 out of their wallet.
Yeah, I mean those are the
Talking
real
about-
victims.
CJ, keep up the good work, my man.
Pull the car around
Honestly.
front.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Oh fuck.
Well, I didn't have a scheme like that. What about you, Eric? Did you ever get in any trouble? That's what that show is really great
trouble?
at, is like encapsulating that like childhood sort of creativity.
Mischief, yeah.
Hmm.
It's I do. Yes. First I do want to say I do like that it's a world without adults.
Yeah,
It feels
for Charlie Brown.
more like yeah, but I don't know. For some reason, there's still a sense of order in Charlie Brown that I feel like there's a little bit less of in Ed, Edd and Eddy.
That is a good point. They're all latchkey kids, you know.
Yeah, and Charlie Brown isn't going to allow anyone running around with their tongues out. That's strictly forbade in Charlie Brown's universe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, unfortunately, Chatwin, mine is a lot similar to yours, where it's like I'm making money for the sake of the man. I'm making money on the man's set of rules. Do you remember
Sure.
the?
You mean honestly?
Yeah, but honestly, I wasn't even making money here.
Oh.
Do you remember the fundraising chocolates that they do at
Oh,
school?
yeah.
Technically, I guess I wasn't obeying the rules because you're not supposed to go door to door selling those chocolates. But probably
Or
another.
eat
Well, you weren't? What were you supposed to do with them?
I guess it
Eat
was
'em.
like Girl Scouts. You're supposed to. Basically,
You know how tempted I was to eat?
Oh,
I think
dude,
I
I
did
ate
all
them.
the time.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
I ate
They were
so
really
many.
good. They were
Yeah.
delicious.
World's finest.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you had the choice with the Crispies or the nuts or
Oh
the
yeah,
or the
you
normal
go almond all day.
Oh god.
Those things
Wow.
haven't made it out.
I like the
Oh,
Crispies.
I was gonna say I'm a crispy man.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Yeah. Well, no, while you piggies were eating the chocolates, I was going door to door selling them.
There you go.
I was
Got a
hitting the
good
pavement.
racket. Mhm.
So, me and Bruce and Falcon, we would just go to the adjoining cul-de-sacs and sell chocolates to people.
Cool.
And nowadays, it's like, I wonder, what strangos were answering the door at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. And now I know it's me. If children were selling chocolate, I don't know. If I looked through my little peephole first,
Oh, they
there's
changed the
just-
design.
And there was a little you at the other side of the door.
They changed
little-
the design.
Oh yeah.
huh?
World's
You know,
finest.
they look more colorful. I don't like it. They looked so clinical back in the day.
Yeah, they had the wrap.
They
with
look like
the gold.
medicinal chocolate, where it's like, the
Mhm.
doctor says I'm going to get worms if I don't eat this. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So we would just go, and I appreciate anyone who we would hit at the end of our route, because that was when the chocolate started to get a little bit soggy.
Ew, soggy.
Hey,
Chocolate?
you know what?
Chocolate. Great SpongeBob episode.
Yeah,
Tie it
no
in.
That
reference
is.
to the great.
Well, that's a good episode in its own right. But we must get back to our friends Ed, Eddie. What the fuck was I gonna do next?
Those jawbreakers always look good. But you know what? Jawbreakers in real life, not that good.
Kind of mid.
boring. Yeah.
Yeah, and they always had issues with them in the show. Like they never
Yeah.
successfully.
They never had one for long.
Yeah.
It actually kind of disturbed me that it kind of broke their face to have a jawbreaker.
Well,
I was thinking is like, what they're trying to say is like if an actual jawbreaker broke your jaw, it would look like this. It would look like you have terrible elephantitis in your face.
I think it's just fun to draw.
you think that anyone's
guess so.
ever?
This is why I hope I never meet the creator. I was like, did you mean for that to be elephantitis, sir? No. Next question.
Just look cool.
Think anyone's ever actually broken their jaw in a jawbreaker?
They
Oh,
had to have.
undoubtedly.
You think you
They
could sue?
had to have.
You can't sue for
Sue
that, right?
Candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean it's in the name, right?
Well, you
can't
sign
sue
a
for-
contract every time you buy one.
right? Like a mental verbal
Contract with
Yeah.
the devil.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But what if you could sue for not like it didn't break your jaw? You're like, hey, this was advertised as a jawbreaker. I'm going to sue you because it didn't break.
I mean,
your
if you extrapolate on that, if you wear a sweater without sweating, could you sue?
jaw. You could sue. For
I
anything
couldn't. I
nowadays.
definitely could not.
Wouldn't have a case.
All right, back to the show.
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
No, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to go. I realized I went off on it. I went off.
You had
on
enough
it.
Borscht Belt humor for one day. Let's get back to Ed, Edd, and Eddie. Oh, well, okay. This kind of happened once we were, in my opinion at least, kind of not over Ed, Edd, and Eddie, but I was on to watching other shows or just something else. Did you watch the season of Ed, Edd, and Eddie when they went back to school?
Yeah, I don't know if I remember all of them, but I do remember them going back to school.
It is so much. I remember seeing some episodes, but to me, it was so, all of the summer seasons, because I did check it into it. It was the final season of Ed, Edd, and Eddie. They decided to switch things up, put it in school for a season.
I don't.
And then
remember
there's
that.
4 seasons of summer. Some of those summer seasons are like ingrained in my mind. And the
Yeah.
fall ones, I just have a vague like, oh yeah, they wore slightly different clothes. So I wanted to play. Let's see here.
I don't think I remember them in school. I always just remember them in the street or in their basement or like on a cliff overlooking a lake or something. In a garbage heap.
All right.
Editor, hit the berserk.
All right. Enough yodeling.
My bad.
I don't understand the reference.
Dude, I've been in the fields all week, man. It's been bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude. That's an episode in and of itself too, but that's maybe a little too rated M. We have
Yeah.
another anime.
David,
that
you
we
should have
need to
joined
watch,
me on
David.
this goddamn quest.
Is this the YouTube one?
Yeah, the YouTube
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Speaking of YouTube one, this is Ed, Ed and Eddie. Double D's hanky panky hullabaloo.
What I
Man, that's sick.
Now the dance of love is started, and the secret is about to unfurl. Never shall a pair be parted by another boy or girl.
Yo, Marie, looks like that man of yours is flirting with your sister.
It's just weird that they go to the Canker Sisters instead of Ed and Eddie. Bless you.
Come on, come on! Before the teacher sees you!
Hold on, Eddie. You owe me. Fuck.
No problem, Da Vinci. Give me a second, I'll go print you one. Come on, stupid. We'll print up $100 even before class is done.
Here's the ink, Eddie.
Does this thing work? Double D!
Heads up, Eddie.
All right, good enough. I had to
definitely don't
include that
remember
because they had issues with a shitty printer, and I was like, yeah, they're, of course they did.
Speak to me on an emotional, spiritual level.
That's some classic. Well, guys, that's not it. But I don't know. I don't feel right with Ed, Ed and Eddie in school. They need to be free. They're like animals. You know, it's like seeing them in a zoo.
Agreed. Yeah, it captures that like summer free loving spirit.
They could be chaotic in school, but it's not the same. You know, we can fuck around as much as we want in the back of class, but we'd rather be, you know, something. Playing Gears of War.
It
Something.
seemed like
game.
Ed and Eddie always took place after school was over. That's why they're latchkey kids to
Oh.
begin with. You know,
That's
Like,
interesting.
they'd already been to school, and now this was their free time.
I never really thought of it like that. You know, I guess I always did picture it as like a summer vacation, but there was never any indication that it was morning or anything. It was always just
Yeah.
daytime. It was
Yeah.
the same hour at all
Mhm.
times.
I don't know. I really liked that show.
It wasn't my
great.
favorite on Cartoon Network, but it was a good show. It was top 5.
Why is it on your wall, by the way? I've been meaning to remember to ask you.
Why was Ed, Ed and Eddie on my wall?
Yeah.
Besides it being a very good show, do you remember, do you guys ever play CartoonNetwork.com or like
Yeah.
any of the video games, the little computer games?
Yeah.
My computer at home had dial-up for way longer than most people had dial-up. I lived with old people. They didn't understand we needed faster computers.
Yeah.
And the games on CartoonNetwork.com were so slow and chugging that there was an Ed, Ed and Eddie game. It was in the cafeteria. I don't remember what you were supposed to do, but when it's supposed to be impossible to play, I could play it easily because my computer was so goddamn slow.
It slowed it down for you.
It slowed it down so fast, so I got like the best high score, and they're like, "Okay, as your prize, you can print out this picture of Ed, Ed and Eddie." I did.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a grand
Wow.
prize.
Oh my god, you just brought back a flood of memories. I used to play like the Wild Thornberries and so many different games. What was the one where it was Captain Planet? Was it Captain Planet where they had the rings?
Captain Planet.
Yeah, they had the rings and they would like summon Captain Planet.
Yeah.
That's the show, yeah.
Yeah, they had a game too. They had a game.
Well, you'd have to
Ah.
collect the rings.
No, you would like each one had. It was like I don't know what they're called. When like there's like an area of battle, and then your character or whatever does like damage either in a line forward or in a line horizontal or in like a different area on the squares or whatever.
Sounds
I
like
forget what-
Vampire Survivors.
No. It's like more tactile than that. Tactical. It's like a turn-based
Fire Emblem.
kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like that, and it was so cool. And then like if you could like summon Captain Planet, and if you got to summon him, he did like a whole area of effect. And,
This sounds
so
dope as shit.
yeah,
Let's,
it was so good. Oh, so good.
I'm gonna just see if I can find a ROM of that. That's what were we talking about? Let's stick on that, huh?
Sorry.
Oh, I did want to ask. I gotta say, guys, most of this is a little bit more unstructured. I wasn't gonna, make a Ed and Eddie lunch and eat it in front of you guys.
That'd have been nasty.
Yeah, if I got a jawbreaker the size of a beach ball and ate it in front of you,
And buttered toast. Buttered toast.
it always creeped me out that Ed had a bathtub full of gravy. It's is like that's one step too far. He talked the talk, but when he walked the walk, it disturbed me.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around.
No.
So was Ed considered slow? Do you think he was retarded?
I think he was a savant. I think he in
A little
in
bit,
today's
right?
day and age of I see where you see it, of course.
No. I mean, like a savant.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
kind
think
of a
he was-
savant.
because they mention in that
Is
show
savant
Bible.
a nice name for retard? What's
No,
No, it's like Forrest Gump, where they
Yeah.
they have a skill. They're like
He's
secretly really
gifted.
good at something.
He is
Gotcha.
like really gifted.
What is he gifted in? Buttering toast?
No, he's like
No.
he's like their effects guy. Like I feel like there's been episodes whenever they need to do something that involves like some sort of production value, Ed's the construction guy. And
True.
also he has like superhuman strength.
He
He's
does.
like preposterously strong.
He's very
but-
hands-on.
What a show. Oh, and I did think
What a show.
I like the show. There's not much to say about it. It's good. Go watch it. Go to HBO Max. Whatever stop watching this, Russell. Go to HBO Max. Eddie.
Is it on HBO Max?
I don't know. Maybe type it into
Probably.
HBO Max. They'll tell you where to go from here. Go to Peacock Plus or whatever.
Oh my god.
Did we ever
reminded-
Oh, go on.
No,
sorry.
go ahead. No, please.
Did we ever find out where Ralph was from either? That's one of those like unsung mysteries. Like
I
the
like where
country.
I think they did it better than
Isn't he
Fez in that
Portuguese?
70s show. No, he's definitely from like
He's
Portugal.
Mexican.
Oh. You just said you didn't know.
He's no. We don't know. His
But it's definitely not
culture
specific
is-
enough that he's Portuguese.
Well, I
no.
don't know. Portugal's almost the same as Spanish, and Spanish is almost the same as Mexican, so it's not that far.
I don't think
stretch.
he's any of
Or
those.
Latin, I suppose.
I don't think he's a Latin country at all.
Yeah, right.
Rewatching some Rolf clip. Let me see if I can find it while I'm talking to you guys.
Is he Middle
there's
Eastern?
one-
What is he? Indian?
No,
Maybe he's
he's
Indian.
like Swiss or something, or from one of those
What?
like Norway. Yeah.
He's brown.
Well,
yeah, I thought he was in one of the states.
you're from Egypt and you're not brown.
That's
That is
fair.
true.
that's fair.
He
I don't know
could
why
be
I'm
browner.
defending Rolf.
Isn't his hair also like purplish blue or something? Or like
It's blue, yeah. But in today's day and age, all these kids dyeing their hair and eating ass.
yeah, but that was back in the good old days when they weren't dyeing hair and eating ass.
Back in the good old days.
In the good old days. I don't know.
All right, we're going back to a clip.
Were they really
guys. We're
that
watching
good?
some
They were- I
Rolf.
mean, they're good for us. We were kids. We were just watching Ed, Ed and Eddie.
You like it?
This village
Oh
requires
shit!
a permit. So unless you buy one, I'm gonna have to hit you with one of these rocks.
Shh. Das gestimmt worden. Verfristen. Geslogen bei der Siegelhorten.
Oh yeah,
What?
that's not Portuguese.
No, see, he's like not German or something, but somewhere in the Bavarian mountains.
Ah, Bavarian.
May the fleas from your cow inflame your rhubarb.
A giant Swedish meatball with a blood-curdling scream grabbed Eddie in its drooling ground chuck.
Please. Rolf has seen this meatball. It stalks Wilfred in the dead of night. You got 25 seconds, Rolfie boy. Has anyone ever told you your hair resembles the backside of a chicken? I was born to be wild,
but the All right. cage
was too small. Concern.
Thank you, Rolf.
I'm just curious. Have you guys seen the Meat Canyon Ed, Ed and Eddie?
No.
Meat Canyon? No.
Meat Canyon? Have you heard of Meat Canyon?
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
an animator.
He's like a dude that animates. I think I sent you the one for the Costco dudes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good Lord. Did they make one for Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Good lord.
Yeah, it's worth watching.
Should we watch it?
I've
Let's
been
watch it.
You know
following,
what? I already have it pulled up.
Yeah.
do it.
Wait,
I've been following Meat
Yeah.
Canyon forever, and now he's gotten very popular. He is.
really?
I'm very happy for him. One of our mutual friends knows him, actually.
Oh,
I was shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then we gotta watch it. Here, I got it
Mhm.
pulled up.
shout out to the Meat Canyon.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Meat Canyon. Yeah, Hunter Hancock.
The Big Brother.
Hunter
Mhm.
Hancock is his name. You said.
Yeah.
Hunter Hancock. That
Yeah.
sounds.
Listen,
I don't. Pause
don't
that.
put your
Pause
trash
it.
from my
Pause
door.
it. Hunter Hancock.
Yeah.
Is this another O'Donnell O'Reilly situation, or are you fucking with me? His name is Hunter Hancock. All
David,
right.
well, would I ever lie to you?
Play the clip. play the
Or you hear me?
25 cents.
Oh God.
What?
25 cents is all it takes, Kevin.
For what? Another one of your loser projects?
No. To see God. Have you ever wanted to see something so beautiful? So unattainable?
Oh my God.
Where's Johnny?
He's witnessing perfection.
What do you mean? Matter of fact, where is everyone today?
They are all a part of something far greater. They have seen something so pure that their hearts can no longer turn back. And it's right behind that door.
Whatever, dork, just take it and leave me alone.
What is that?
Get off me! Get off me! No!
Now, who wants a jawbreaker?
Yeah.
Jeez.
This is an old one. Like, this is a very old Meat Canyon video. One of the first ones that made him popular.
That was beautiful.
Was it?
It
I'm
was.
scared.
Yeah.
I don't
feel
want to
like
close my eyes.
I wouldn't do that. Definitely wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like Ed and Eddie does invite a level of like uncanniness. It's like I said, they're not
A little supernatural.
a little bit. It's weird that there was one gag that always creeped me out in Ed and Eddie that I'm not going to pull up. You'll have to imagine it. Ed got in trouble for his grades, so Ed's mom and dad removed the stairs from the basement so he couldn't get out of the basement.
I remember that one.
And there's like a dust outline of where the stairs were.
Yeah.
And it always was like, I don't know. It gave me the willies.
That bugged me.
They're like calling down to him, like, "No, we'll get you." I remember though.
He couldn't get out and play because they took the stairs. Anyway.
I think one of my favorites was when like Ed blurs reality from seeing too many B movies and he becomes the monster in the movie and terrorizes the whole cul-de-sac.
Oh my God.
It's a classic.
So I don't really remember specific episodes of.
Were you a Courage the Cowardly Dog guy?
I was a Courage the Cowardly Dog guy. I was a Dexter's Laboratory guy. Those were, I think, my two big ones. I fucking love Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's Lab?
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
Dexter's
that
Lab
show,
was
man.
it. If I had to do one that wasn't Ed and Eddie, it probably would have been Dexter.
Fucking love that show.
And it's one of those, it was good for the whole run. There wasn't a bad Dexter. Did you, either of you guys have the Dexter's Lab rap CD?
No.
Yeah, what, you didn't? You didn't hear about this?
No.
Who did?
Hold on.
I'll tell
You
you.
know
who
what? This is
did.
a clip
Yeah,
heavy episode.
exactly.
Yeah, the big guy, the Mr. Hip Hop Head himself. Okay.
Dee, get out of my laboratory. Dee.
This is unironically, I think, a good banger, but I haven't heard it in 10 years. So
Back to the lab.
Here goes Dexter. And here goes Sister Dee. Oh boy.
I think I've heard this song.
Today. Back to the lab again. Oh no.
Yeah, Dexter's Lab. I'm a cartoon man.
Back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh.
And if we get sued because of a Dexter's Lab rap,
It's our first copyright strike.
Mandark. Good show.
I feel like Nickelodeon may have had the higher highs, but Cartoon Network had a better consistency. Like usually I'd only watch maybe 2 shows on Nick and then get a whole bulk from Cartoon Network.
Wasn't
I
also Cartoon Network where like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z and
Pokemon was
I
on
guess so.
WB, I think.
oh, was it WB? I don't. I don't remember the channels. My mom knew the channels. Just Mom, Pokemon. There you go. You know. You know.
And while she's doing that, you're stealing another 100 out of.
I was like, how can we figure out a way to pull that back in?
I remember Cartoon Network was what 65.
You're
65.
giving Johnny Bravo a $25. Keep up the good work, Johnny Bravo.
Oh, Johnny Bravo. Oh, Samurai Jack. Fucking love Samurai Jack.
Chatwin and I couldn't watch that. It was too stressful.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack couldn't get back home at the end of every episode.
Loved it. No,
Yeah,
so
that bugged
good.
me.
With cool. Oh, so good. They
Great
revived
animation.
Samurai Jack too. Didn't they just bring it back a couple
They
years ago?
did. Yeah. Also,
He's
really
undeniably cool.
very cool. I think Clone Wars was the animated, the 2D one was, I think, one of the same animators as Samurai Jack or something like that.
He was one of the dudes that was in
The
the
Russian
dorm
guy, right?
with Tartakovsky.
Yeah. Yeah, that
He
dude.
was in the dorm with Seth MacFarlane, and I feel
Chef
like it
Kiss.
might have been the Powerpuff Girls guy.
They
That
were
might.
in the dorm.
Anyway, they were the dorm dudes.
Can I blow your guys' mind?
Hit me.
Never seen Clone Wars. Yeah.
Never
Like
seen
well,
that.
The
Clone Wars.
The cartoon.
The
Yeah.
The
cartoon?
one
one?
Chatwin's talking about is short. It's only like
Yeah,
5
yeah.
or 6 episodes.
It's like a
That's
season.
that's the 2D Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I think I've seen maybe a little bit of it, but never the whole thing.
Oh, dude.
I never any of the like 3D animated one they did.
Yeah. I tried to watch it. It's a little too kiddie for me. But the 2D one, very
That's
good.
dope.
Yeah, it won an Emmy, I think. Like it was. Me. Okay.
That's all you got, Chatwin?
I don't know, man.
It also won a Nobel, David. Is that good enough for you? What do you need from it?
Yeah.
Look, I had it on the.
What's it done for me lately?
I feel like I know the story of the Clone Wars and all that. I'm good.
But what about, dude? It has Kit
Good.
Fisto underwater,
It
like with a
does.
lightsaber,
Yeah.
slicing things up underwater.
Well, now that you've mentioned it, I can imagine it in my head, and it sounds cool.
Hey, I've seen your imagination. It's shit.
You're
not imagining it good enough.
You don't know what goes on in here.
There's like a little stick Kit Fisto who's just kind of blowing bubbles underwater.
glass of water falling.
David sitting there looking out like, oh my god, what a spectacle!
It's incredible.
Yeah, that
Well-
show's really good. I had it on the iPod video. We had the
Wow.
whole season. Yeah.
Good iPod. You
Now
see,
that's
there's
a good flight. Watching.
You know who
that.
Addison Rae is?
Yeah, she's a singer, right?
She was a TikToker, and now she's, I guess, a singer because everyone thinks they can be a singer. But she came out, I guess, like she started using an iPod Nano. Remember, like the little iPod Nanos? It looked like a normal iPod, but it was just smaller. She started using one, and everyone is just shitting on her for it, and just like, "You're trying too hard," because she's like, her whole like thing is being like a early '90s or late '90s, early 2000s aesthetic.
I hate to defend this lady I don't know, but those are kind of cool. Like if I had the means to get one and fill it up with songs, I'd probably use it too.
I feel like my parents still
Yeah,
have.
mine's in the other room.
My dad used to like all the iPods and everything. He would just put it in. He still has his first iPhone. I'm pretty sure. He just
They're all working.
Yeah,
I mean, I assume so. Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, you know what I found? I found my. Did you guys ever have? Oh, you know what? It's over here. Hold on.
It's gonna go grab $100 out of Nadine's purse.
Hand it through the computer to her.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
We were silent.
Liar. But since this episode's kind of about childhood, I found this from my old childhood. I don't know if you know about the flip camera.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad had one of those.
But I can't. I've been trying to charge it because I'm sure there's some gold on here,
Mm.
but it won't hold the charge. I'll like charge it and I'll leave it plugged in for an hour, and then I'll unplug it and it'll say low battery and just die immediately.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I know.
Doomed.
So I gotta figure out how to. I'm gonna get some good stuff out of this. I'm pretty sure. This was like what started my film career back in the day.
I might be a little hesitant to.
Chad and I thought of the same joke, and we were like,
No, what?
It doesn't have an SD card. You can't just pull it off.
No, I think it was all internal storage.
Internal. Yeah, damn.
Because it has its own USB
Cool.
that you just
at least you could do that.
plug it in. Yeah, it's the original fidget toy.
Very cool. I would bust it within the week.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mino HD.
Well, and since we're all about to bust, I think it's about time we say thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for watching. Go watch Ed, Edd and Eddy on HBO, and if it's not there, just keep asking HBO until you find it. And if you find a jawbreaker, get a better candy. There's better ones out there. So everything is everything, and adios. Everything is Everything is an ABD Productions podcast. Executive produced and hosted by David Abdu, Chatwin Cray, and Eric Helling. Video and audio captured by Riverside.fm. If you have any inquiries, please reach out to us via everythingiseverything69@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.